Hi guys, it's Dylan from 21 Vintage. Today I wanted to do an updated packaging and shipping video because of the success of the previous one. Made the last one about a year ago. I've learned a lot since then. We've been reselling for about a year now, just over. And I'm really surprised the last one did so well because the audio is awful. I also talk like a robot in it, so I just wasn't used to the camera really. But yeah, hopefully today's video will be a bit better than that. I've got a load more tips and a bit more information about how you can be packaging and shipping your orders. This video is mainly for people that sell on Depop, but if you sell clothes on other platforms then this video can also be helpful. So I'm going to run through the packaging supplies that you're going to need and also who to actually post with. Before we do get into the video, if you do find it helpful, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It helps the channel out loads and I really appreciate all the support. So let's start off with packaging supplies. If you were to only get one thing from this list, this is going to be the one that you're going to need. Mailing bags. There's tons of colours and qualities that you can get, so you'll be able to find basic plastic mailing bags. There are also ones that you can recycle, and then there's also eco-friendly ones. Now all three of those will vary in price slightly. Obviously the plastic one will be the cheapest, then the recyclable ones aren't actually too badly priced, but then you have got the eco-friendly, obviously the best option that you can have, but you are going to have to pay a bit of a premium on that. If your aim with Depop is to be as sustainable as possible, the eco-friendly ones are going to be the way to go, but just ones that are able to recycle will also do a good job. That's what we usually go for. I'll actually show you what we use. So currently I'm using two different colours. We've got this really nice orange and we've got a blue one. We've tried so many different colours. I love the orange ones obviously because it's my favourite colour, and it is also kind of the shop's colour. The size that we usually go for is 12 inches by 16 inches. This will fit pretty much any clothing piece. Perfect for joggers, t-shirts, jumpers. The only thing that you'll probably struggle to fit in this is a coat, so if you predominantly sell coats, I'd probably suggest getting the size bigger. If you have a quick look on Amazon, you'll be able to find it on other sites, but you can usually get a pack of 100 for around about £10. I'll leave down below the ones that we use, but just any piece that I go through, there will be links in the description. I think you can get mailing bags in places like the Range, but it's usually a pack of like 5 or 10. If you want to do Depop as more of like a business or long term, then I'd definitely suggest getting like a big quantity of them. It's going to save you so much time and effort instead of having to run to the Range every time you sell something. But if you're just trying to sell one or two things, then potentially have a look in the Range. You might be able to get like a pack of 10 for £2, something like that. That's probably better for you. Now you might also want to include a few extras in your packaging. Some great examples of what you can include are sweets, stickers, thank you note, maybe some little accessories. Potentially if you mainly sell women's clothes, you could put some hair clips or something like that. It hasn't got to cost too much. It's just like a nice little extra for when they open it up. They're not expecting it and it just makes their experience so much better. It can be the difference between a customer having a good experience or a great experience. It could result in a returning customer, so you just want to make sure you're giving the best experience you possibly can. And who doesn't love getting extras in their packages, as long as they're good ones. When we first started selling on Depop, we went all out with this. We would wrap every item in tissue paper, and in every order we would leave a packet of Haribo. We did however quickly notice that people don't really care about all that. We did definitely see a bit of an increase in like reviews, but for what we were paying for it, it wasn't really worth it. And to be honest, I don't really have the willpower to have Haribo just hidden away, so I probably ate most of them. I do think it's a nice touch though, and if you're in a position to add a few extras in, I'd definitely recommend it. I think in the future we definitely will go back to doing that, but just at the minute it doesn't really make sense for us. Currently we put a thank you card in every order. There is just like a little thank you, asking if they have the time to leave us a review. There is also a 10% discount code that has never been redeemed in the year that we've had them. So yeah, I don't know if it's really worth having a discount code. That's up to you. And then on the other side, it's just got a bit of information where you can find us. It's even got our old logo, so that shows you how old these are. The design itself isn't great, but it has the kind of information you want to include. We are going to be ordering some new ones, so they will be looking nice and snazzy. But when we ordered these, we ordered 2,000, probably a bit of an exaggeration how many we'd actually need. So yeah, if you're thinking of designing these, I just used Canva. It's like Photoshop but free. You can just use it on like a web browser, really easy to use, and they've got like business card templates, so it's even easier. Once I made the design, I just threw it onto Vistaprint. I think they usually cost like 10p a card, might even be less than that if you buy more. But they always have like offers throughout the year, so I'd probably just recommend waiting until one of the offers are on. I think currently, if you're watching this when the video is going out, there is one, I think it might be like 10% off. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to order some new ones. I think it's just really important to say thank you. Just let the buyer know that you appreciate their purchase, and yeah, just where they can find you on other social medias. Obviously, if you are just trying to sell some old clothes, not looking to do this full time or anything, I wouldn't recommend getting a business card. It's probably a bit overkill. But yeah, maybe just write a little handwritten thank you note. That would be quite nice. And then the other thing that you'll need to get is a printer. There are two main ones that you can get: an ink printer. Pretty much everyone has one in their house. The other option, which is probably the more professional route, is a thermal printer. Now if you don't have these, you can just write the address onto the mailing bag, drop it into a Royal Mail and get it sent off that way. But if you're looking to sell a lot of things on Depop, then you'll lose a lot of money doing it that way. Because if you can buy a label online, then it's always going to be cheaper. I personally just use a ink printer. It does the job, and I already had one. The majority of like the big resellers will have a thermal printer. It is probably the better option, but the only issue is it's quite expensive to purchase in the first place. Short term, it's definitely going to cost you way more than an ink printer, but the good thing about thermal printers is it doesn't need ink. So that's everything that you're going to need to be able to ship an item. Next thing really is, who can you use? For clothing, there's two real main ones: Royal Mail or Hermes. There's tons of other shipping services like UPS, but that's more for like pianos or like crazy heavy things that you want to make sure it doesn't break. It's very unlikely that a piece of clothing would get broken in the post, so Royal Mail and Hermes definitely do the job and will be the cheapest options. So in our experience, when we started out, we literally just used Royal Mail. We would write the address onto the mailing bags, send it, and obviously we were just starting out, so we weren't getting crazy sales. That was doing the job. Christmas time came around and we got quite a few lost parcel cases. It was pretty crazy, and like Royal Mail gets absolutely flooded at Christmas with parcels. But when you have lost parcel cases open, it can be really stressful. So we had a little think and we thought about trying out Hermes. Touch wood, we haven't had any issues with Hermes. To be fair, we haven't really had issues with Royal Mail. It was the super busy period, so there's going to be issues, aren't there? But yeah, I'd still definitely recommend Royal Mail. We use it from time to time. Any expensive items or international, we usually use them. But Hermes, they've served us excellently. I think in the full year that we've been using them now, they've maybe lost 3 to 5 items. And considering we've nearly sold 1,000 items, that's pretty good going. The biggest bonus about using Hermes for shipping is that you can use Depop shipping. If you don't know what Depop shipping is, basically when you are creating a listing, at the bottom, instead of using your own shipping, you can use Depop shipping. They automatically make a Hermes receipt for you, so you can print it off and slap it on. You haven't got to manually fill it out on the website or on the app. It saves so much time, and it's also great for cash flow. Now that you've got things like Depop payments, and if you're unlucky enough to have PayPal hold your money, you haven't got to worry about finding the money to post the item. Depop do that all for you, so it's just taking off the amount that you get at the end. It's just so much easier. I would also definitely recommend sending anything tracked. Another beautiful thing about using Hermes is that as standard, every parcel is tracked. They even take a photo of the item when it's delivered. The majority of buyers on Depop are lovely. However, you can have a few that try it on, try and scam you that it wasn't delivered or that it was ripped or anything like that. All of that information will be included on the Hermes tracking. Honestly, those cases are not fun. At least then you've got that peace of mind that if a case is opened, you've got solid proof that it was delivered. If you want to make sure that you are sending things the cheapest, we have a little routine that we stick to. Anything that can go as a large letter, we will use Royal Mail. And then anything that is a parcel, we will send using Hermes. There is one exception though. If an item is more expensive than £20, it is most of the time cheaper to use Royal Mail because their insurance on parcels is a lot cheaper. So if it gets lost, you're covered. And then finally, if we send anything internationally, we will use Royal Mail as well. So that's everything that I wanted to run through. Like I said before, all of the things that I have ran through today will all be in the description if you want to have a bit more of a look into things. If you did find the video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It really means a lot, and thank you to anyone that does. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.